Hi everyone, welcome to this 30 minutes full body calisthenic workout. All you need is your body and a mat. You will improve your strength, your mobility, flexibility, and your steady state cardio. Modifications will be provided as we go along, so hope you enjoy and let's begin. We're gonna start with a wrist warm-up, starting in the tabletop position with your palms facing forward. You're gonna press your fingers on the mat just like that for 10 repetitions. Next, we're gonna do the same thing with the palms facing inwards for 10 repetitions. And then we'll do the palms facing outwards, so keep pressing your fingers on the mat. Last one with your palm facing up, you're just going to roll back and forth. Now let's get into a half kneeling position. Let's all use the same side. So the right leg forward and then the left knee down. So move your hips forward, squeeze your bum, and then bring your hips back, straighten the front leg and toes up towards the sky. You should feel a nice stretch in your hip flexors and your hamstrings. On the last repetition, we'll come back into that kneeling position. Get your left hand down and then push your right knee out and open up your feet as well. And then elevating the back leg, you're going to use your right elbow and try to reach the ground with your elbow and open up, torso rotation. Reach the ground and open up. That's a great movement to help increase the range of motion in your hips, your torso, the trunk, and your shoulders as well. Let's move on to the other side with your left leg in front. So squeeze your bum and then move forward from your hips and back, straighten the leg, point the toes up. Keep going. On the last repetition, let's come back into half kneeling position. Have your right hand down and then push your left knee out. Open up your feet as well. Then we're going to elevate the back knee up and then get your left elbow towards the ground and open up torso rotation. For the pikes to plank, start in a plank position. Make sure your wrist is just below the elbow and then get your hips up into downward dog. Try to straighten those legs and then back to plank. Make sure you're lowering your hips down when you're getting into that plank position. For the last warm-up, we're going to warm up the glutes a little bit. To start by sitting down on your feet and then lift up, squeeze your butt, extend your hips fully. And then back to seated, squeeze your butt, lift up, and keep going just like that. Make sure that you're really squeezing the glutes at the top position. Amazing. So the first exercise is a reverse bridge. So starting just like that, and then lift your hips. So you want to have your legs into a 90-degree angle. You push your chest as high as you can, and then lower the hips and back up. For the next exercise, if you found the first exercise difficult already, just stick with the same one. Otherwise, you're going to do the same thing, except that you're going to lift one arm up. So lift one arm at a time, alternating as you're pushing your hips up. And then we're doing from a bridge to a modified LC position. So the only difference is that instead of just lowering the hips, you're going to move your hips down completely in between your arms and then straightening your legs. If this is too difficult, stick with the first one, okay? The trick to get your bum in between the legs is to push your shoulders down. Now I'm going to show you an alternative exercise for the next exercise. So starting in a seated position, have your hands next to your knees. Keep your legs straight and then lift both legs up at the same time. Okay, so this is the last variation of this exercise. So we're doing the same thing, except that when you're moving your butt down between your arms, you're also going to lift one leg up and then come back to the bridge and lift the other leg up. And you're going to alternate just like that. Now starting your tabletop position, just hover the knees up and then pass one leg through to the other side and open up your body. Now alternate to the other side. If that's too much coordination for you at the moment, you can just focus on one side and then move to the other side on the next round, okay? So this is how it looks like when I'm only doing one side. So passing one leg to the other side and opening up. Just focusing on one side. And then on the next set, we're going to do the other side. We're going to start into a downward dog position and then lift one leg up and then bring that same leg to your elbow and keep going. So lifting one leg up, plank, and get that knee to the elbow. So if that's easy and you want to take it to the next level, you're just going to add a push-up at the bottom and get your knee to your elbow as you're doing a push-up. Great. Next one, we're going to start into a runner's lunge position with your hands on the ground. So you're going to bend the front leg and then straighten it. Bend the front leg and then straighten it. If you cannot straighten the leg completely, you can just use 2 yoga blocks or a book to help you at the bottom. So if that's okay, now we're just going to use a bit more strength in the leg by lifting the arms up and then touching the hands down as you're getting into that pyramid, as you're straightening the legs. The last 4 exercises are going to be core focused. So we start into a boat pose, and then you're going to tuck your knee in. If this is a bit challenging, you can use your hands at the back to support. But if you're a bit more advanced, get into a hollow hold position and then knee tuck. Hollow hold, knee tuck. On the next one, we're going to make it a bit more difficult. So instead of tucking, so instead of bending the knee, you're just going to keep it straight and then crunching up. The next one is the same thing. The only difference is that you're going to open your legs and reach in between your legs. The last one is just going to be a hold, so you can get into a boat hold or straight legs or a hollow hold. If you're like me and you need to give yourself a rest before going back into that holding position, just do that. Just keep pushing and stick with me until the end. You got this. Well done. If you made it until the end, congratulations. Keep doing these workouts. If you found this difficult, keep doing the regressions until you finally make it to all the progressions. If you enjoyed this workout, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And I'll see you in the next one.